Nina, the bird, shrieked and wailed, her cries bringing the soldiers swiftly to the scene. The narrative moves to the queen, inquiring about the prince's well-being. She's assured he'll mend, having expelled the toxin promptly, though its potency was such that his health remained precarious. Pressing for answers, the queen demands to know who was accountable. The response points solely to Princess Alyssa's presence with him. Consequently, she's taken into custody, her protests of innocence, "I've done nothing wrong," brushed aside with orders to remain silent until the queen's verdict, potentially a death sentence, is pronounced. The focus then shifts to Azure, who observes the prevailing disorder. Something has occurred, he muses, a sense of unease washing over him. Could Hakami be implicated? A startling revelation ensues. Hakami was, in fact, a man masquerading as a woman. The prince lives, regrettably, Hakami laments, but the princess should have shared his fate. He reflects on a past exchange with the late king, who had declared, "The nation's welfare takes precedence," implying a willingness to sacrifice even the princess for the greater good. 2 days into her confinement, Alyssa contemplates Hakami's treachery. Should Set perish, she vows internally, "Hakami will never earn my forgiveness." At that juncture, Hakami appears. "Have you come to end my life as well?" Alyssa inquires. "Not at all," Hakami assures her. "I've brought you water. You must be parched." Alyssa discerns a masculine timbre in his voice, the realization that Hakami has been a man all along, striking her with a profound sense of betrayal. Hakami justifies his actions as serving Fortina's best interests, fulfilling the previous king's directives to avert war at any cost. He feared Prince Set's considerable power, envisioning him leading the army to Fortina's utter devastation. "I shall meet with someone," Hakami declares to Alyssa, "and ensure that neither your hands nor those of any emissary are sullied by this deed. Should I fail, I will bear the full burden of responsibility. Farewell, princess." Alyssa grasps his suicidal intent, her fury erupting. She hammers on the door, screaming, "Unlock this door immediately! Do not take your own life." Hakami gazes at her, his thoughts turning inward. "Those azure eyes reflect the waters of my homeland," he reflects, memories flooding back. "The debts I incurred, the life I embraced, I have never regretted either. All was done for the former king and Fortina." Addressing Alyssa, he states, "Now, Princess Alyssa, I must confer with Prince Azure regarding the future." Before departing, the scene transitions to Alyssa standing before the queen, under interrogation. She maintains her ignorance of the tainted food, vehemently denying any intent to harm Prince Set. A guard interrupts, informing Noah that Alyssa's handmaiden wishes to speak. Noah grants Hakami an audience, and he confesses to having prepared the poisoned honey wine, pleading ignorance of its contamination and blaming his own carelessness, and interjects, vowing to reveal the truth. Hakami tries to silence her, explaining that she simply combined the provided herbs with the honey wine, instructed to offer it to Princess Alyssa when she felt fatigued, and counters, revealing the drink came from a member of the Black Wing. A wave of shock ripples through the room. Yer erupts in fury, accusing and of fabrication and demanding her punishment, and stands firm, reiterating her encounter with the Black Wing operative. Noah deduces that the princess was the intended victim, yet accuses and of attempting to discredit her supporters. Melissa defends and, stating she merely requested her to speak truthfully. Noah declares she will question Set upon his awakening to delve further into the matter, stressing that Alyssa remains under suspicion. The guards escort Alyssa back to her cell. She exchanges a look with Hakami, conveying her unwavering resolve. "Tomorrow," she silently vows, "I will be even stronger." Meanwhile, in his laboratory, Tot contemplates the antidote concealed within Set's confections, initially designed to merely delay the poison's effects and prevent fatality. He realizes someone sought to manipulate him and resolves not to pardon Alyssa for sullying their reputation. Back in the prison, Anne's despairing cries echo as she reveals Hakami's suicide and a note claiming full responsibility. As Alyssa's loyal attendant, she begs for mercy on the princess's behalf. A guard delivers a message to Azure, apprising him of Princess Alyssa's sudden illness, the wedding's postponement, and their imperative return to their kingdom with the missive for their king. Azar requests a meeting with Alyssa, but the guard denies his plea, citing prohibitions. Azar reflects on Hakami's admission of failure in assassinating Seth and the attempt on the princess's life, his helplessness to aid Alyssa weighing heavily upon him. Simultaneously, Alyssa frets over Azar's safety, her resolve hardening. She approaches the guard, inquiring about the Fortina emissaries. Met with silence, she provokes him by feigning hunger. The guard snaps, declaring there are no provisions remaining. Prince Tot arrives, witnessing the guard's harsh treatment of Alyssa. He rebukes the guard, reminding him of the stricture against such behavior towards a prisoner. The guard apologizes, claiming no ill intent. Todd dismisses him, wishing to converse with Alyssa privately. He expresses surprise at her apparent vitality, expecting to find her dejected. Alyssa asserts the need for strength. Toad asks how he might assist her, and she requests an audience with Set. Todd is perplexed, cautioning her that such a meeting could reinforce Set's suspicion and lead to her immediate demise. Alyssa argues that despite his flaws, Set possesses a certain clarity and will listen to her. Todd responds with sarcasm. "Do you hold yourself in such high esteem?" he mocks. "Who do you believe you are? Do you presume Set will be swayed by your presence? He is detached, impeccable, destined to dismantle this wretched world. You appear to believe you possess some inherent worth, but you are mistaken. You are the one who attempted to murder him." Alyssa counters, accusing Todd. "You were the one who supplied and with the poison," she alleges. "Was I your intended victim? Yet I posed no threat to Set." Todd discloses the presence of an antidote in the sweets he offered her, a treat Set would never consume, a secret he had kept until now. He intended to inform Set upon his recovery, fearing that betrayal by someone he trusted could trigger a vengeful rampage against Fortina. Todd warns Alyssa that this betrayal will herald the emergence of a vacant, faultless king. He informs her of her impending exile and certain death, abandoned and without allies. He adds that the Fortina envoys have departed, but assassins pursue them, guaranteeing their demise. Alyssa remains defiant. "That will not transpire," she declares. "I will see him and rectify this misunderstanding." Her anxiety for Azor escalates, and she cries out, "Protect Azor." The scene cuts to Azor and his companions, suddenly under attack. "Disperse immediately," Azure shouts. Back at the palace, Noah informs Alyssa that the court clamors for her severe punishment. Pending Noah's decision, Alyssa will be confined to the distant Griffglade fortress, a desolate outpost under Baidu's jurisdiction. Uar will accompany her, along with her remaining handmaiden. Ella remarks, "I had planned to send both maids, but one assumed full responsibility and ended her own life. You ought to express gratitude for your loyal servant." Alyssa, reflecting on Hakami's sacrifice and the Fortina messenger's likely demise, is consumed by grief and self-recrimination, and offers comfort, revealing Hakami's survival, facilitated by an unknown benefactor, and relays a message for Alyssa. Tears streaming down her face, Alyssa remembers Hakami, deciding to place her trust in her. "I am not forsaken," she reassures herself. "Therefore, I will endure." The scene shifts to Baidu, who delivers Alyssa's sentence with chilling indifference. "You will not be housed in a lenient prison with comfortable quarters," he declares. "Your destination is a bleak, frigid fortress where winter claims countless lives, the far eastern prison Griffglade." Undeterred, Alyssa replies, "I am aware of my purpose. I know of the bitter cold and snow, yet I've heard tell of the prince's warmer domain. I will find my way back to Set and speak with him again, regardless of the distance." Finally, Set stirs from his slumber. Concurrently, Azure receives word that the princess's carriage never arrived at the prison in Baidu's territory. Soldiers rush into Set's chambers, bearing news of Prince Todd's murder. Demanding information on Alyssa's whereabouts, Set declares, "I will attend to this matter immediately."